What's going on, everybody? This Buggles like a coming to you again. Once again, another video. More stuff to talk about. Just watched the Bucs get. Well, I'm back in my hotel room now. Another disappointing loss. It just very rarely I make multiple videos, but the Bucs just they got to get this work, but it's gonna be objective and subjective. Folks, this season is a wash, so let's just keep it real. Had hopes for the season. Unfortunately, things don't always plan out, work out like they're supposed to. I was at the game, and like I said before in my previous video, which is uploading right now, so I don't know how long it's going to take for it to upload, but if I didn't say it in that last video, I'm going to say it again. We're a bad football team, folks. You can blame the quarterback all you want to. When you're watching it live, and you can actually watch, I've watched a few Bucs games live, and a lot of y'all watch TV, and TV gives y'all different angles and different perspectives, but when you live watching things and seeing how things unfold and play out, is a different outlook. We're just bad all around. Quarterback, running back, O-line, tight end. One of the tight ends is not good, really. O.J. Howard he's done. I don't have any more chances for him. He continues to hurt the team. I don't see a scenario where O.J. Howard doesn't get traded next year. I don't see him improving in this offense. If he hasn't improved by now, it's not going to work. Once again, he's not Bruce Guy. Bruce has his picks. His picks is Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Jameis Winston. He don't too much like Cameron Brate, but he had to use him today because O.J. Howard is a failure. Unfortunately, he's a complete failure. I don't like I said. That interception he caused was ridiculous. I mean, it literally set the tone for the game today. It gave the Saints a short field. It just went downhill from after that. We didn't do anything in the first half, pretty much. That was significant. Blown opportunity right before halftime. Jameis Winston threw a pick, trying to be aggressive. All we need is another, 12 yards, and Jameis Winston throwing the ball down the field again because of the offensive play calling. Ties in hand to hand together. Folks, you got to understand how this works. You really have to understand. The play call and the quarterback are hand to hand. The OC, he's in over his head. He is not good enough. It's just not. That combination is not going to work. Byron Leftwich will never be a head coach. I don't know what Bruce Arians is trying to prove with this Byron Leftwich head coaching thing. It's not gonna come for him at all. He has no head coaching qualities. His play calling is very questionable. He doesn't commit to the run. Don't really care about the run. He's more concerned about the pass. We threw the ball 51 times today. 51. And what's so disappointing is the Saints ran the ball 400 yards. They stuck to the game. Balanced attack. Sean Payton outcoached Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles together. Todd Bowles' defense is horrible. No pressure. Drew Brees got knocked down maybe a couple times this whole game. Their O-line, which is elite O-line, the left tackle, right tackle, and the center are pretty much very good or elite. And we had no pressure. You didn't even hear JPP name called today. He couldn't get around the tackles. And this is why it's imperative, you folks. You can cry for Joe Burrows, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert, If you don't understand how this works, the O-line will get those young rookies destroyed. You have to build an O-line. I don't care who the quarterback is. I'm going to continue to say this. I don't care who the quarterback is. Rookie or not. Don't care. Teddy Bridgewater. I don't care. If you don't fix the tackles positions, you're going to continue to have problems. Jameis Winston was pressured pretty much every pass play. He threw the ball 51 times. At least minimal of 40 attempts to pass had some pressure in his face. He got sacked a few more times a day. Damn near got his ankle broken. Donovan Smith damn near got him killed. He hurt his ankle because of a poor blocking by Donovan Smith, which affected some of the throws towards the end of the game. You know, those last two interceptions. Like, he just doesn't have. Jameis Winston is not comfortable with the O-line. I don't know the relationship between him and Donovan Smith. I don't think it's great. There was one play that Donovan Smith got him sacked, helped him up, slapped the ball out of his hands. I was like, what was that about? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, they overpaid that guy. He would not be a starting left tackle in any other team. He's a liability. Dotson is a very liability. Kappa has not developed that like we thought he would. This O-line needs to be revamped. Jansen and Marpet are our two best O-linemen, which is not saying much. They trying. You know, they barely over 70, graded over 70, both of them, which is not saying much, but folks, that O-line and that D-line needs to be upgraded bad. Like, we do not have consistent pass rushers. Shaq Barrett has his claim to fame has run out. Teams know how he rushes quarterbacks now. They counter his moves now. Armstead and Ramczyk just shut him down like he wasn't even there. You wouldn't even know he had 11 and a half sacks with the way he played today. He played like a guy that was just you know, like he played in Denver, just a guy that just comes in and fresh legs on certain downs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did not do anything. The NFL sack leader last few weeks hasn't done too much of anything. When he plays against elite or very good left tackles, he's non-existent. Like today. He can't do anything against guys. He's a poor man's Von Miller, folks. He's in the contract year, so he's playing really, really hard to get money. I really hope the Bucs do not overpay him. I just don't see Von Miller, Khalil Mack, D Ford in him. You know, he's a one-trick pony. And I'm just giving y'all real stuff, folks. I was watching the game. He didn't do anything. JPP on his last legs. He can't beat elite left tackles or right tackles. And Ndamukong Suh, Vita wasn't even a factor today. Like, they ran the ball just fine. Like, the whole D-line wasn't a factor. We need some youth and some hungry pass rushers, man. Because I'm tired of watching games, seeing other teams' pass rushers get back consistently, get to the quarterback consistently. The Falcons' pass rushers got to the Saints consistently. Like, why can't we have a consistent pass rush? Why can't we have a consistent O-line? Games are make or break at the trenches. In the trenches, O-line, D-line, you have to be stout. At least 3 out of the 4 positions. Folks, you have to be. On the O-line, you have to have 3 very above average guys. You have to have 3 guys that are top 10 at their position on that O-line to be successful. If not three of them all in the top 10 at their position, you have to have at least 2. And it has to be your left and your right tackle. They have to be B pluses You can't have below average or average left tackles in this league because it's going to get exposed against better pass rushers, better defensive teams. And watching that game today, we severely have a below average left and right tackle situation. We can't run the ball. Our run blocking sucks. And what that comes out to be is a lot of pressure on Jameis Winston to carry the team. And I'm surprised the media don't talk about this. Once again, failure to run the ball. And I'm saying this, and Jameis Winston has played like shit, right? I'm not excusing none of that, so let's make that clear. But when you watch this game, when you watch it live, you see they are not setting Jameis up for success. Dirk didn't do it, and Bruce Arians is not doing it. They're not emphasizing the running game. They don't emphasize. Today was the first day they utilized the tight ends in the passing game, and Cameron Brate had like 10 catches. Right now, he's better than O.J. Howard. O.J. Howard might have the physical talent and more faster and whatever, but Cameron Brate is better. And he's getting paid a whole lot more money. So this was his best game this season. He had 10 catches. He was eating. O.J. Howard was not useless. They should have traded him when they had a chance. He caused one of those 4 interceptions. It was all on him. No ifs, ands, or buts. Do not be surprised that he gets traded during the draft or before. Do not be surprised he gets cut. Something's going to happen. The coaching staff, Leftwich, they don't have confidence in O.J. Howard. Just like when Dirk didn't have confidence in Rojo, Bruce Arians do not have confidence in O.J. Howard. He continues to hurt the team with his poor blocking, his poor route running, his poor hands. He's just not cutting it. That interception set the tone. Before you know it, the blink of an eye, it was 13-0. Because they held him to 2 field goals. 2. 6-0. O.J. Howard. Fumbles, tips the ball to the Saints linebacker, Demario Davis. And it's at the ball. 13-0, just like that. No, the game was over. Yeah, we made a little comeback. We had a chance to make it a really good game. But Mike Evans, his emotions got a hold of him again. He wasn't focused. Dropped the ball on a key 3rd down. Then he had a pass interference, which I thought was not a pass interference. Chris Godwin had a couple good catches. Scotty Miller had a couple good catches. So our strength is receivers, and it's not good. That's not good. When the number one strength on your team is the receivers. Your O-line is not the strength. Your D-line is not the strength. Your secondary is not the strength. You can have the elite receivers and still lose games. See Atlanta? Their receiving core is very elite. But the reason why they 3-6, and they beat the Panthers today. So they beat 2 teams back-to-back with winning records. But the reason why they won those games is because their defense stepped up. You can blame the 4 interceptions on Jameis Winston. I'm fine with that. But I'm always going to put the defense in front of Jameis in my rankings. I'm always going to put the defense and the O-line in front of Jameis as far as problems. The defense can't get off the field. I get tired of watching secondaries stick them like blue defense. Our secondary plays off the ball so much. Todd Bowles has strictly reduced the confidence of the secondary. They can't even play up no more. They couldn't cover Michael Thomas again. They couldn't cover Alvin Kamara. He was throwing to 2 guys the whole game. And for some strange reason, Todd Bowles did not make no adjustments at all. It was crossing routes, pick play. The Drew Brees throws were literally like within 10 yards. And the Bucs could not stop it. They ran a zone against a Hall of Fame quarterback. He ate them apart in that weak zone, and they continued to run it. His completion percentage was ridiculous. He didn't have 300 yards. He didn't throw for 300 yards. But he dinked and he dunked his way to a great completion percentage. It had to be 70% completion percentage. I'm looking it up right now. It was sad, folks. He was just picking the Bucs secondary apart. The Bucs had no shot against Drew Brees. They couldn't get no pressure because the ball was coming out quick. Instead of the Bucs playing aggressive and getting up in the cornerbacks and getting in the receiver's face, they were playing off the ball, and all Brees was doing was just taking what the Bucs give him. If the Bucs was giving him 3-4 yard passes, he was taking them. He was screening to Alvin Kamara. It was basic offense, folks. Basic 101. Well coached, well disciplined. Do not allow turnovers. Sean Payton made it evidently clear with his game plan. We're not going to turn the ball over. We're going to let them beat themselves. And that's exactly what happened. The Bucs beat themselves. Yeah. Then James threw a pick six. It's so much about this game. It's just really bad. But it starts up front. It should have been 34-21 or 34-24. Got down to the 1 yard line. It was about 4 or 5 minutes left, and we ran 2 plays with Umawale. If for some strange reason they think he a good third down back, and he's not. They have so much faith in Umawale and Perriman. They just keep putting these guys in the game plan like they're playmakers, and they're not. I don't understand. Like, Umawale, he's not good. Like, once again, Bruce Arians trying to prove a point that his guy is good. Like, 2 plays from the 1 yard line. The O-line got no push. Think about that, folks. They got no push. And what's frustrating about this team is this is against an elite level team, and it shows you the deficiencies that we have and where we need help at. We're not going to beat top level teams with this roster, with that style of play. When you do not want to run the ball, like they completely abandoned the running game, completely. But I don't know, that's just like fun. Bruce Arians like, we're throwing the ball 51 times. You're setting your quarterback up for failure. Somebody got to say it. You're setting your quarterback up for failure when you're throwing the ball 51 times. When you throw the ball 51 times, that means your defense is not doing what they're supposed to do. But everybody want to talk about Jameis because he threw 4 interceptions. Is the easy target. But folks, you have to watch the game. I stress this. Jameis Winston by far is not off the leash. But when you can't run the ball, when you can't consistently block, it hurts the whole team. When you can't consistently put pressure on the quarterback or put pressure on the quarterback more than a few times, it hurts the defense. Like, we don't have any consistent pass rushers. Outside of JPP and Shaq Barrett, it's a wrap. We're not 8 deep for as pass rushers. We're two guys, literally 2 guys. That's it. Barrett, JPP, that's it. I don't know what else to say with the Bucs, man. I just believe that the season's a wash, and they just need to get ready for the 2020 draft, because they had the opportunity to make some moves to stockpile some picks, 2 more fourths, maybe we got a second and a fourth for O.J. Howard, or a second and third. Like, they didn't do it. They felt like the team that they got now is a winnable team, and it's clearly not. It's not a winnable team. It's not a team that you can win a playoff game with. You can't even win 8 games with that roster. Can't. Too many deficiencies at quarterback, at running back. Even despite the fact that Ronald Jones looks really good, but there's deficiencies there too, because the depth at running back is not where it's supposed to be at. You know, with Umawale and Peyton Barber, they're not quality running backs. They're not. They're useless. Umawale, for some reason, I don't even know how he got in the NFL, because he hasn't done anything NFL worthy to me. But they continue to trot him out there like he's really good on third downs. Like, he's getting too many reps. He's not producing. He gets down to the goal line and can't get in. Every time they got him in the game, nothing good happens. Nothing good under the sun happens with him in the game or him carrying the ball. He just doesn't produce. Breeze threw for 228 yards. 228 yards. Dinking and donking down the field. Keeping drives alive. That's all he did. 28 for 35. For 228 yards, 3 touchdowns. Passer rating, 122. Dink, don't. Why can't we do that? No, it's no risk and no biscuit. It's not. That no risk and no biscuit mantra is not going to work. It's not going to get us a lot of games. It's not. Unless they get like the players like the exactly fitted quarterback, running back. It's not going to win. Like, with that current roster, it's not going to win us a lot of games, folks. And the sooner y'all accept that, I've accepted it now. I've seen enough of the no risky, no biscuit. It was all nice at the beginning, but when I look at other teams, the Bills, the San Francisco 49ers, they're not doing that no risky, no biscuit crap. We're the only ones doing that. Besides the Chiefs, but Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes is on a different level when it comes to Jameis Winston. So The Bucs and the Chiefs are really the only two that run the no risk it, no biscuit. And look at the Chiefs. The only reason why Chiefs got 6 wins is because of Patrick Mahomes. Their defense is trash, just like ours. The difference is that they got a good play caller, Andy Reid. Dink and don't, and they throw down. They do it all on offense. That's the only reason why they got 6 wins. Patrick Mahomes and his style of play. Because their defense is just like ours, bad, really bad. Third downs, we couldn't get up the field. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 4, 3rd. They converted 54% of their third downs. Couldn't get them off the field. A lot of people don't want to point to the defense, but folks, we are really bad on defense at all levels. The only decent level that we do have, or players, is Via and Devin White and Levante. Everybody else is. When the competition steps up, they're not going to cut it because they don't have enough talent to compete against the Ravens and the New Englands and the Eagles and the Vikings and Saints. They just don't have enough talent. The Packers, the Texans, even the Colts will beat us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just don't have enough talent, folks, and y'all need to understand that. Y'all have to accept that. I've accepted it. We are literally a 3 to 5 win team. I'm at the point now. It's like I just gotta be cool. Like just not get overly emotional about it and just kind of accept what we are. We're bad at quarterback. We're bad at running back. Second and third running backs were bad, very bad there. Our starting running back is really not a starting running back because they don't treat him like one. They keep taking him out of the game. You know what I'm saying? Our O-line is the 3rd highest paid O-line in the league, and it just was horrible. It's horrible. It's not good. A lot of money dumped on that O-line, and they're not performing. D-line, Via, but he was useless today. Didn't do anything. JPP was not even called. Like, nothing was there on the D-line. Nothing was there. Missed tackles. The Saints just out-coached us. They outplayed us. They out-game planned us. I mean, they are an elite team. And you see the difference between the Bucs and the Saints is a really big difference. So a lot of y'all pissed off about the loss, but did y'all really think we was going to win that game against an elite Super Bowl ready team? We're not even close to being Super Bowl ready. We're not even close to being a 7-win, 8-win team. And we think we're going to beat the Saints and the Cowboys. Like, no, we're going to lose to it. We're probably going to lose a few more games just like this. As far as Jameis, he has an ankle injury. He should be all right, but he's going to finish the season. I don't know what they're going to do with him. He's going to throw about 20 interceptions. But between the next game and the Falcons, yeah. So he's at like 17, 18 now. He's probably going to be at 20 to about 24 interceptions by the end of the season. And he's probably going to have about 29 and 34 touchdowns. He's probably going to have about 4,400 to 4,900 yards. He's going to be top 5 in yards. He's going to be like top 10 in touchdowns. He's going to be number 1 in interceptions. Really bad. Like, it's not working. That offense is not working. It's not going to work. It's just too much risk, and you're putting your quarterback in harm's way. If any other team gets a hold of Jameis Winston, I guarantee he won't throw that many interceptions. And if he do, he'll be gone. But I guarantee you, if he goes to another team, he would not throw that many interceptions because they're gonna put an O-line around him. They're gonna put a running game with him. He's gonna excel. He can excel in that situation. But he's never gonna be successful in this setup with Bruce Arians and Brian Leatherwood. No. You literally have to get a coach that doesn't play like that, doesn't call plays like that. The scheme is not like that. For Jameis Winston to be a good quarterback, which he can be, he shows it. You literally have to change the system. Like Jacoby Brissett, they're the same type of quarterback, same build, same height. Good running game, good O-line. The Bucs going to have to invest in O-line. Period. O-line and D-line. They have to invest in that. They have to get young and very talented there. The current setup is not going to work. The left tackle situation, the right tackle situation, and the right guard situation is just not going to work. The Bucs really need to address that situation along with the quarterback situation. But like I said, you will address the secondary first. you address that O-line second, and then you address the quarterback. In that exact order. You have to. And after the quarterback, you address the tight end situation and the third receiver situation. But the quarterback is not the number one reason why we lost this game, folks. I know y'all, the 4 interceptions might look like we lost the game because of Jameis Winston. No, folks. We lost the game because of poor play calling, poor defense, no running game, no pass blocking, like literally. But since Jameis Winston is low-hanging fruit and he threw 4 interceptions, it's easy to point at him like, oh, we lost because of Jameis Winston. It's a failure on you as a fan. If you think Jameis Winston is the reason why we lost this game. The defense is bad, folks. They can't stop elite players. They run too much zone. No confidence in playing man. Jamel Dean didn't even play. Watch Bruce Arians' interview, and they asked him about Jamel Dean. Nothing was wrong with Jamel Dean. He just didn't play. They thought that Mike Edwards was better at the nickel for this game than Jamel Dean. Instead of moving Murphy Bunting to the nickel and putting Jamel Dean outside, they thought that Mike Edwards was going to be better fit for. Watch, rinse, and repeat, folks. Special teams, Bradley Pinion just did not do a good job punting the ball. The bright side is Matt Gay is really good. He made a 55-yard field goal. That's the only bright spot. And Cameron Brate had 10 catches. Other than that, everybody was like a C, D, F. You know, the defense gave up like 328 yards total yards for this game, which is, it looks good on paper, but watching it in person was like, oof, y'all gave up 328 really bad yards. Like, those were 328 yards of like, damn, like, we can't get these guys off the field. I'm looking at it right now. The Saints had 28 carries for 109 yards. 28. So 28 times they decided to run the ball. 28 times. And they threw the ball 35 times. Balanced attack. Yep, 35 attempts and 28 runs. Very balanced. It's like a 54%, 46% run past the run ratio. Like, that's how you win games. But when you throwing the ball 51 times, 8 runs, you got to be kidding me. You can't think the reason why we lost this game because of Jameis Winston. If you do, that's a failure on your behalf as a fan. Because a lot of you are obsessed with Jameis Winston. You just want him gone. I get it. He's played like shit. I get it. But the team is bad, folks. The team around him is bad. The running back situation, the tight end situation, too inconsistent. The O-line is very bad. The D-line is not where it's supposed to be at. Can't get no consistent pass rush, let alone any in certain games. Like this game, non-existent. Linebacker play ups and downs, you know, but that's the most consistent spot on our team. The secondary is one of the worst and the youngest in the league. Like, the recipe was a disaster, folks. It was a disaster in the first quarter. The game was over in the first quarter. I was hoping that we make a game out of it. We could have, but we just was beating our own self. Pass interference by the refs. Got to figure this pass interference thing out, because they make the call on the field and they say, oh, every time it get challenged, they always say the ruling on the field stands. So what's the point of having this rule? It clearly wasn't a pass interference, but they called it anyway. It was a swim move. I've seen worse. I've seen guys get mugged and not get called on it. So it's too much inconsistency there. You know, refs keep getting in the way. Bruce keep challenging plays. He's not being successful, and he just wasting timeouts. It's just all bad for this team. What's next? The Falcons are on a 2-game winning streak. There's a high probability that they'll beat us with no problem. Because you know we have a problem with guarding Julio Jones. We have a hard time guarding receivers, you know, like Michael Thomas, you know, Cooper Kupp, you know, Golden Tate, you know, DJ Moore, Tyler Lockett. Like, we just can't cover. Defense is not good, folks. Don't care what you say. Defense, O-line, then quarterback. For this game, defense, O-line, quarterback is the reasons why we lost the game. Well, if you really want to get technical with it, you can say defense and Todd Bowles, Byron Leftwich in the offense, in the and the O-line, and then Bruce Arians, and then, well, let me see. Secondary Todd Bowles, Byron Leftwich, the O-line, Jameis Winston. And you put Bruce Arians there too. Those are the reasons why we lost the game. But Jameis Winston is not the number one reason why we lost the game, folks. They setting that boy up for failure bad. They are setting that boy up for failure. 51 times you've thrown the ball. You completely abandoned the running game because reason being is because the defense can't stop nobody. Jameis Winston has not been set up for success since he's been with the Bucs. Always had a bad O-line, left and right tackle situation. Didn't have a running game. Receivers are inconsistent. Like, this is the microcosm of Jameis Winston's experience. When you have inconsistent play around the quarterback, it makes the quarterback look bad in what he really is, because he's not a really bad quarterback. The players around him are not really good, and he's not playing good. A lot of things need to change for us to win 8, 9, 10 games. I don't see us winning no more than 2 or 3 more games. We're probably going to finish between 3-13 and 6-10. It is what it is. Basically, it's the same exact team we had last year and the year before. Same exact team. Nothing's changing. Nothing's changing. In the overall scheme of things, nothing's going to change until they get rid of the 2015 16 class is washed up. This 2017 class, they got to kind of figure that out and make some move out of that. 2018 class, they kind of make some move for that class. They kind of get rid of some of the guys in that class. And 2019 class looks promising, but what remains we're seeing on that. And the culprit is Jason Light. At the end of the day, folks, Jason Light is the reason why we're this bad. He just hasn't done enough. Yes, he hits on Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, or Cameron Brate, via, like, he's hit on some picks, but the most important picks he's missing bad. Got the Falcons next week. I'm gonna change my mind about going to that game. Take a pass on that. I'm just tired of going to the Bucs games this year. Tired of doing all the traveling, trying to support the team, and and be there. You know what I'm saying? But you just keep seeing the same product every week, the same thing. Like, what are we doing? Like, why am I out here? Why am I out here wasting hundreds and hundreds of dollars to see my team get thrashed and be frustrated after the game? I'm calm right now. I'm cool. I'm at peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, this game put me at peace. Like, it is what it is. Bad coaching, outdated coaching, bad quarterback play, bad running back situation, bad O-line, inconsistent defense, horrible secondary, ridiculous punter, like, not good. Like, It's just bad team, folks. Bad team. And I'm gonna just chill at the crib for the rest of the season. I might go to the Detroit game, for other reasons, but that won't be the main reason why I'm in Detroit. I might happen to go to the game, or I might not go. But that might be the only game I go to for the rest of the season. I was gonna go to the Falcons and the Jaguars game, but I changed my mind. I was gonna go do maybe 1 or 2 more home games, changed my mind. Like, I'm not gonna watch that anymore. So Detroit will probably be the only game left on my schedule to go to, but I will be up in that city for other reasons, not because of the football game. So, and I might stop by and watch the football game. So, but I'm gonna watch the game from at home for the rest of the season. So expect more live stream reaction videos. And I'm almost at 1,000 subs, so we'll see. But other than that, man, keep your heads up, man. I know it's disappointing. I know y'all frustrated with a lot of things. With me, I'm frustrated with the team, not one player. I'm not focusing on one player. I'm not focusing on Jameis Winston like most of y'all are. My focus is the bigger picture. Y'all can think small. I'm thinking big. GM, head coach, defense, defensive coordinator, OC, line leverage. I think big picture, folks. And unless we make a drastic change in some key areas, we're going to be the same next year too. Regardless of how much money we got, we're going to be the same next year if we don't make some really real changes in multiple areas, not just quarterback. So the Joe Burrows fans and Justin Herberts and Jacob Eastons and all that don't matter. Jameis Winston, Justin Herbert, it don't matter who's quarterback. If you watch the game, watch the O-line, it don't matter. Period. Don't care what you say. Don't matter what quarterback it is. For all I care, it could be a rookie quarterback, but it won't change the outcome of these games when you are really bad on the O-line, when your tight ends are inconsistent, when you don't have a good defense, when you have a horrible secondary, when you have an inconsistent running back situation, the running back by committee is not working. And this coaching staff mindset, it will not matter. Anyway, with that being said, this is Isaiah Buckles Locker. Just wanted to get that off my chest. We lost. We're a bad team, folks. So accept it. Whether you like it or not. I have. Signing out. Fire the cannons. Seize the day. Raise the flag. Y'all stay up, man. Be at peace with this. Don't get too emotional. Be at peace. Buckles Lock out. Peace.